So as you try and march along it, it's very, very difficult.
That's
so by the time we
exactly
got to the point of singing, we were totally out of breath. But we gave it a go because we thought this is the one opportunity to do this. We'll never get it again.
Oh, yeah.
So we videoed it and popped it on YouTube. Yeah, a lot of people have watched it.
China was a country of firsts for us. We did something called the Shanghai International Film Festival, which is effectively the, if you like, the Orient's Oscars. And they had a TV audience that night of 350 million. And then they played it again the next week. And over the course of 3 days, I think it went to not quite 1 billion, but getting for it. And we just did this one little one version of a Charles Aznavour song, She, and we also sang in Mandarin, which was possibly unwise. Yeah, the day before we were on there, they said, "We'd love you to sing in Mandarin." And we were like, "Well,
presumably saying phonetically, they wrote it down for you phonetically."
Well, we found this old folk song on YouTube, and I sort of arranged it that night on my iPad. And the next morning we sang it live on air.
I mean, people ask about nerves, and generally we don't get particularly nervous. But that one, we were really nervous.
We had to learn that by repetition. There was no other way of doing it, just over and
it was live TV, and you thought, right, we're
generally nerves. You don't get them when you know something quite well. Even when the audience gets bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, singing "She," the Charles Aznavour song, that wasn't too difficult because we've done it 1,000 times before. But doing something we'd never done before put the frighteners on all of us. It really put us in the position.
But it's also singing in their language to them, which is tricky.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
When I was at Radio Luxembourg, doing the English language is fine. Sometimes my opposite number on RTL French service, Georges Lang, he said, "Oh, can you do next Tuesday for me?" And I'd be doing a programme to French people in French. So I'd be, even though I spoke French, I'd be writing everything down and make sure I got the gender right and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But
nerve-wracking.
The thing we did see is that we probably were making a lot of mistakes with our Mandarin. But the fact that we did it, they absolutely loved it. They appreciated
the points they laughed, probably.
Yes, they appreciated.
Yeah, there was one other thing that made it really difficult as well. Was right in front of us, in the front row of the audience, they had brought in for that night Heather Graham.
Yes.
I always
You're
fancied
obsessed.
Heather Graham something rotten, and so she was right in front of us, and we were ballsing up this Mandarin like nothing, and she was sniggering. Everybody around her was sniggering. But the one thing was, when we got to the end of it, the applause we got for giving it a go, for being 4 Brits at that time, just giving it a go with Mandarin. I've never heard applause.
You're forgetting that we did a charity event the other day for the Philippines, and we'd just been out in the Philippines and recorded this album in Filipino, and so we decided to do Manila, which is half Filipino, half English, half Tagalog, and as Stephen started to sing in Tagalog, the whole theatre just burst into laughter because our Tagalog was so bad.
Our accent's very, very particular.
But they did enjoy it.
It was a cheering laughter, I think.
Yeah,
it was like, they think they're going to be all right with this.
It's already gone wrong.
We got through it.
They did. People love it when you give it a go. They're so used to hearing English around the world.
Well, our audience are loving you giving it a go at the moment. Well, we'll chat a bit more at the moment. Stephen Humphrey, Ollie with me, Blake, and here's another. Which one have we got? It's great anyway.
Every time our eyes meet, this feeling inside me is almost more than I can take. Baby, when you touch me, I can feel how much you love me, and it just blows me away. I've never been this close to anyone or anything. I can hear your thoughts, I can see your dreams. I don't know how you do what you do. I'm so in love with you. It just keeps getting better. I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with you by my side, forever and ever. Every little thing that you do, baby, I'm amazed by you. The smell of your skin, the taste of your kiss,
Berkshire, Blake with me in the studio, Stephen, Humphrey and Ollie, and they are looking for a choir. We'll talk more about that in a moment before we boot them out into the great blue beyond. Excellent stuff. It's coming around at 3:30. We're looking for a choir. They can go onto your website, which is Blake Official.
It is. BlakeOfficial.com.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be queuing up at the moment. It's a bit like Food on Friday, where they just hammer at the door to get in at the food. You'll never be short of choirs, that's for sure.
Well, I hope not. And that's a great thing. And people like Gareth Malone have done great things for the country and reminding us what an incredibly choral-based nation this really is. And and with the cathedral choirs and all the county choirs, and it really is. It's a great bit of our heritage. So we like to foster it as much as possible.
Yeah, no, that's good. We're going to do Who's in the Bag in the moment. Let me just give you a couple of testers here. You'll get these very easily right. We'll give the voice, a minute? We'll give them 60 seconds on this, right? Okay. He wrote Sherlock Holmes.
Arthur Conan Doyle.
Yes, right. He was the only one of Robin Hood's men to dress in red.
Will Scarlet.
This guy, they say, was the first to discover America, but he probably wasn't.
Matthew Cabot.
Not English. He was from further down.
Oh, what, on the
Portugal way?
Magellan.
God, no.
First man. If you said first man to discover America,
I'd say
South America, you mean?
Columbus.
Yes,
Thank you. That's what we were after.
Yes.
It's too obvious.
She was a tennis player, married, I think, to Jimmy Connors at one time.
Ooh, I don't know, Steffi Graf. No, she was Agassi.
Okay, fine.
Pass.
This guy played the Saint at one point, very English.
Roger Moore.
Yes. Golly, the
Stuck together.
Oh, silent movie actor, not Charlie Chaplin, not the Keystone Cops, another one.
One of the Marx Brothers?
Norma Desmond.
No, this guy. Yes, you're going to do it.
I do. Buster Keaton.
Buster Keaton is
Thank
the right
you.
answer. 1605, part of the Gunpowder Plot.
Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
We're getting waved at.
Oh, you did well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. You done okay.
So Columbus, that was a failure.
Yeah.
Why, that just didn't come to me.
Well, it's
Well done, boys.
It's tricky,
I'm barely
actually.
involved in that.
He'd rather go with Cabot because he was English and from Bristol.
Absolutely, that's right.
And I like to think that America is named after Richard Emmerich, who was the mayor of Bristol at the time. He was the guy that funded it.
Was he?
So I like to think that America is named after Richard Emmerich, the Bristol mayor, rather than Amerigo, what's his name?
Yeah,
the
of course.
Portuguese bloke. Yeah. Fantastic. Choirs are queuing up. Blake, always good to see you guys. Thank you very much for coming in. Really
Very
appreciate
kind
it.
of you, Mike.
Careful you go on the bikes out there. 22 minutes to 4, BBC